Rachel had always admired her sister-in-law, Jessica. From the moment her brother, Tom, introduced them, Rachel felt an instant connection. Jessica was vibrant, intelligent, and had a way of making everyone around her feel special. The two quickly became close friends, sharing secrets and supporting each other through life's ups and downs. Tom and Jessica had been married for 10 years, and while their marriage seemed solid on the surface, cracks had begun to form. Tom's demanding job as a corporate lawyer meant long hours away from home, leaving Jessica feeling increasingly isolated and lonely. Rachel noticed the strain in their relationship but didn't want to meddle. One evening, Rachel invited Jessica over for dinner while Tom was away on a business trip. They enjoyed a lovely meal, reminiscing about old times and catching up on each other's lives. As the night wore on, the conversation turned more personal. Jessica confided in Rachel about her struggles with loneliness and her growing sense of disconnect from Tom. Feeling a mix of empathy and helplessness, Rachel tried to comfort Jessica. They moved to the living room, sipping wine and sharing more intimate thoughts. As the night progressed, the atmosphere became charged with an unspoken tension. Rachel found herself drawn to Jessica in ways she hadn't acknowledged before. The moment came unexpectedly. Jessica leaned in, her eyes searching Rachel's for understanding and connection. Before Rachel knew what was happening, they were kissing. It was a moment of intense emotion, fueled by loneliness and longing. They quickly pulled apart, both stunned and confused by what had just happened. The next day, Rachel was consumed with guilt and confusion. She loved her brother and valued her relationship with Jessica, but she knew that what had happened could destroy everything. She avoided Jessica's calls, unsure of how to move forward. Jessica, too, was conflicted. She felt a deep connection with Rachel but was painfully aware of the consequences of their actions. Unable to bear the silence, she went to Rachel's apartment, desperate to talk things through. When Jessica arrived, Rachel was visibly distressed. They sat down and talked for hours, trying to make sense of their feelings. They both knew that continuing down this path would only lead to heartache and destruction. Jessica decided that the only way forward was to be honest with Tom, no matter how painful it would be. The following evening, Tom returned home from his business trip. Jessica gathered the courage to sit him down and tell him everything. She confessed her feelings of loneliness, the kiss with Rachel, and the confusion that had ensued. Tom was devastated. He felt betrayed by the two people he trusted most. In the aftermath of the revelation, Tom moved out to stay with a friend, needing time to process the betrayal. Rachel and Jessica were left to grapple with the consequences of their actions. The close-knit family they had once cherished was now fractured, and the road to healing seemed uncertain. Rachel and Jessica both sought therapy, hoping to understand their emotions and find a way to rebuild their lives. They knew that the trust they had shattered would take a long time to mend, and that their relationships with Tom and each other would never be the same. Tom, too, began therapy to process his feelings of betrayal and loss. Slowly, he started to understand the complexities of the situation and the underlying issues that had led to the affair. He wasn't ready to forgive, but he was willing to work towards understanding and healing. Months turned into years, and while the wounds never fully healed, they all learned valuable lessons about love, trust, and forgiveness. Rachel and Tom rebuilt their sibling bond, though it was forever changed by the events that had transpired. Jessica and Tom's marriage ended, but they remained amicable for the sake of their shared history and mutual respect. The affair had left deep scars, but it also forced them to confront their vulnerabilities and grow in ways they hadn't anticipated. It was a painful reminder of the fragility of relationships and the importance of communication, honesty, and empathy. In the end, Rachel, Jessica, and Tom emerged stronger and wiser, having learned that even the most intense and challenging situations could lead to personal growth and resilience.